Oh, hey guys. Man, this parking lot is absolutely empty. I was expecting it to be jam-packed and have fun trying to hunt for space, but it's actually the opposite. I'm the only person here except for this truck next to me. Here, get a look at this. This is absolutely flooded in the parking lot here, and I have a feeling it's going to be super muddy all back in there. It's going to be a very muddy weekend. Get my entire pack out. Oh. Okay, so here's the trail. Oh man, this brings back memories. Last time I attempted this trail was over a year ago when I attempted to do my first solo winter overnighter, and it didn't go according to plan. As long as the trail's not flooded out and I can get at some water, I'll be happy. It's my two biggest concerns. It's just me out here today, no buddies or anything, so I can hike at my own pace. I'm only planning on doing 10 kilometers today, and it's like 11 o'clock. All the time in the world, take my time, do it right, not get into a situation where I screw myself over. Yeah, as you can see, it's that temperature where everything's melting. So if you know the deep lore of this channel, you know that I camped out here once and I tried to bring just a crappy Walmart sled, and this rings a bell. I think this is exactly the spot where I had to ditch the sled and hand bomb everything in. Oh man, so that was a couple years ago now. It's crazy how much progress and experience that I've made over the last couple years. To be honest, I didn't know what the state of the trail was going to be when I got out here this week. One of the possibilities, which is what it wound up being today, is kind of flooded. It's early spring, everything's melting, and it makes progress slow going. Gotta watch where you step, because one wrong footstep leads to a soaker. This time I took steps, so I think I'll be okay if I do get a soaker, but it's still something that has to be actively watched out for and managed. But days like today where it's wet and icy, like look at that, I'm on a hill right now. If I take one wrong step, I'm sliding and probably getting wet, and I'm already sliding here. All about watching your step. This is one of the problems of hiking. You start off super cold, really chilly, and by the time you actually get moving, you're sweating and you need to shed some layers. Sweating. Don't want to do that. All right. See what I mean about the trail being flooded? I just stepped on that and almost sank my foot in water. Thankfully, these are Baffin sequoias, and they are waterproof all the way up to the top of the boot, I believe. Not that I want to test that, but in the worst case, I do have that protection available to me. This is a really scenic hike. Lots of exposed Canadian shield. That's what this rock is. So as you can see, a lot of hills, a lot of ups and downs. Well, the rain and snow seems to have stopped. The sky seems like it's clearing up a little bit. I'm sweating in this thing moving around, so I think I'm gonna drop this layer. Just like that. That's the way. Take a quick drink of water. Oh, that's cold sweat. Oh, that's very cold sweat. Oh. This is it. And there's a old beaver dam right here. You can see where I'm standing relative to the embankment there. So yeah, just over those hills there is where camped out the one time and tried to camp last year. Oh yeah, this looks very familiar. Took the side trail off of the main Yellow Blaze trail to come up here. Oh. It looks a lot closer to when I actually camped in that one December compared to when I tried to come in February and everything was all snowed over. Oh, look at this view. So I'm coming along the trail here and I see this thing. This thing is massive. Like, this thing is big. I could stand up under here, no problem, with the pack on and everything. So, I don't know, should I take the 5 minutes and dismantle it? Yeah, I think I should. And if that was your shelter, too bad. We have got ourselves another water crossing. We'll try and film this and also not die. Not so bad, you never know. Check this out. That is one of the most wicked walls of icicles I've ever seen. You can see it dripping because it's melting. That's pretty cool. Look at that. That is a torrent, man. Here's my boot for comparison. No idea how that stuff got back here. We're about 7, maybe almost 8 kilometers into the backcountry. No roads lead here. Okay, so there is something up here. There's like an old property. I don't know if it's a hunt camp or what. Interesting. I'm not gonna go any further than this ridge here because there's a clear no trespassing sign there, so I'll respect it. It actually looks in a lot decent condition compared to what I thought it was from back there. Well, that's cool. I guess I know where all that junk came from. Okay, I'm getting a clear picture of what's going on over there. Oh, there's actually a few of them. I'm surprised. Quite a lot of properties over there. Some really nicely built. They got that gazebo over there. It's kind of hard to tell because the GoPro's kind of fish-eyed. Let me see if I can take a picture on my phone and zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about over there. See, this is what I'm dealing with. The actual trail is totally submerged in some sections. You can see the Yellow Blaze right there. It's supposed to go straight through, but I'm not walking through that. I'm gonna go around to the side here. But that's pretty much how this entire hike has been. Rerouting around submerged sections, trying to hunt down the next blaze or cairn. A lot of ups and downs up rocks, almost like stairs. It's been rough going. That's why it's taken me so long. I've only done 7 kilometers. So many water crossings, man. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Okay. All right. We did it. Nice. What are we dealing with over here? My legs are getting super sore. I've done 8 kilometers. I think I need to stop, call it a day here. There's a fire pit here. I just need somewhere to set up my my tarp and stuff. Yeah, I think this is home for the night. All right. So I'm gonna string my tarp up from that little tree to this big guy, and that'll let me put my ground sheet and get camp set up right here. So I'm gonna get that tarp strung up first of all, then I'll worry about getting that campfire going. Tent stakes, need those. Cordage, that's what I was looking for. Ridgeline. Come, let us set up shelter for the night. Oh, paracord always manages to work itself into a knot. Not my finest ridgeline work, but it's serviceable. Now, for the most part, you never want to test gear on a trip like this, but with some stuff, it's okay. One of those situations is with new tent stakes, if they're titanium. So I got these titanium nail pegs. It's melted right now. I could probably get away with using my 3D printed ones, but just in case there's a lot of gravel under here, these will also come in handy. There's one in. Well, there we go. Not pretty, but it'll function. Nice little A-frame. So the entire time, except for that one family I showed you that was just starting to set up camp down at the waterfront there, I have not seen a single soul in this entire park. So that one family that I saw is probably who came in on that pickup truck that was in the parking lot with us. Other than that, man, there's like no one here. All right, one inflated sleeping pad ready to go. So let's do something about this campfire. Oh. Alright, let's collect some wood. Not the full 10 kilometers I wanted to do today. I'm not sure when this was attempted to be burned, but we'll drag it over. Stuff like this is dead and good for getting the fire started. It's a little damp though, I'm worried. all the dead stuff seems to be damp. Really annoying. This whole branch, I think, is dead. You can see it snapped up there. Use this rock to give myself a nice little platform to build my fire. Oh, this is dry enough to catch. Lighting this fire might prove to be one of the most annoying things on this trip. Saw a lot of birch trees on the way in. I should have grabbed some birch bark when I could. At least the silt around here is not too bad. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to get that fire going. I think I failed to get it going like 3 separate times, and this is the 4th attempt. I think it's self-sustaining at this point. Please, I hope so, because if it peters out again, I'm giving up and just eating some power bars. Thankfully, it seems to be going now. Okay, well, it seems I'm in the game for getting that all done up and good to go. I'm gonna get out my food bag. That campfire took more effort to get going than I would like. We'll see how I'm feeling in the morning, but I might wind up just bailing in the morning and hiking back. One night out here ain't bad. I'm gonna do the full 30K, but we'll see how I feel in the morning. Still boiling away there. Maybe I should dump some more into it. Yeah, I'm gonna be very efficient with this firewood while I got the fire actually working. Boil up some water and enough stuff for food. So I am worried about doing a bear hang tonight. I don't know if bears are active, but definitely things like raccoons, anything that wants to come sniffing around my little tarp here. Even got my toothpaste and my deodorant in there too. So one of the cool upgrades that I made recently is my battery bank. So before I had that tiny little 9,000 milliamp hour battery bank. Now I'm rocking the Anker 26,800 milliamp hour battery bank. So no shortage of power on these trips, boy. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna charge my phone. Like here it is in comparison with my phone. It's a beefy boy. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think I want to bail in the morning, go back out the way I came in. I think that's smart, because I didn't cut anywhere close to 1/3 of the distance, and yeah, it's been a very stressful trip so far. I think it would be in my best interest to bail in the morning. So that's what we're gonna do, making the decision now. Yep. Oops. These are best before last year. Whatever. Trail mix. Still good. Well, it only took 5 hours. Oh, but we have finally reached a rolling boil over the campfire. There's something that really raises the morale about getting some water boiled on a campfire. So I'd be looking good to keep going tomorrow. Only one problem. I've only done 8 kilometers out of a 30-kilometer loop. I don't want to run the risk of not being able to complete the entire loop in time. So I think I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, pack everything up, slam a few power bars, maybe drink a cold coffee if I can't get the campfire going, and hike on out of here. But water's boiled. I do have one neat trick to show you. All right, got a lot of boiled water there. Almost, I'd say probably over 2 liters, maybe 2.5 liters. Okay, so I'm gonna fill up these 2 bottles. Now, one thing you'll notice is that these 2 smart water bottles have really small mouths on them, right? So how do we get water from the big pot into these little smart water bottle mouths? And I came up with a perfect solution. In traditional Mike in the Woods style, did he buy a funnel? Nah. So I 3D printed a funnel out of PETG so that it's food safe. So that just goes in there like that. It's vented too, so it won't gurgle with the water being poured in. Ah, hot water on the glove. Ow, that didn't go according to plan at all. I swear I'm gonna get some of this water in here. There we go. Now I got another 2 liters of water. Unfortunately, that used up all of my water that I was going to use to make food. Thankfully, the fire's still going strong. So I'm going to go deal with that and then do my bear hang. Well, got my bear bag hung up. I got all my food and stuff in there. Brushed my teeth. Ate some food. Refilled my water bottles. That took a lot out of me. That's why I didn't film too much. Plus it was dark, so now I'm all set up in my sleeping bag. I did set up my tarp, but there's no wind out tonight and the weather is not calling for anything. I just checked like a minute ago. So I'm gonna sleep out here again, cowboy camp style. Got my rain poncho tucked under me in case I need to bust it out if it starts snowing at all. But that'll do me for tonight. I will catch up with you guys in the morning. I am absolutely exhausted. Night, guys. Good morning. It's just about 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like 6:50. I slept all right. I got a bit of a dusting of snow, so the outside of my sleeping bag's a little wet. Oh, definitely feel better this morning than I did last night. I was really, really stressed out last night. Oh, I'm gonna take my time this morning. Try and get that fire going, get some solid food into me. If not, I got enough power bars in my food bag to last like 2 days. But warm food just hits different. Yeah, I was not having fun last night. Trying to get that fire going. Stressing out about the distance. Oh. Man, everything got frosty. That's my extra batteries for the GoPro. No wind in here. This little area that I camped out in. Yeah, you can see the foot of my sleeping bag got all frosty. Hopefully that can dry out by the time I gotta pack it up, but probably not. Not as bad once I get that sleeping bag off as I thought. I'm not as cold. Even this got a layer of frost on it. Oh, Not that cold this morning. It's like, I think it said it was one degree out right now. Yeah, so what I thought was a layer of snow coming in overnight, because it did say it was going to sprinkle a tiny bit, just turned out to be a layer of frost. So not so bad. I live with that. And even the little pools of water around me started freezing over. Alright, let's go get my bear hang. Hung my food bag by my 3D printed carabiner. Took my time constructing this fire. Oh, let's see if I can get this started. Burn, baby, burn. Should be a little bit drier in the wood department compared to yesterday. Now that things have had a chance to kind of dry off a bit from yesterday's rain. Are we in business? I think we might be in business. All right. Well, that seems to be catching. I'm gonna actively work it to make sure that it doesn't peter out. Well, I guess while that's boiling my water, I'll start tearing down camp. My tarp's got all kinds of frost on it. So these tent pegs did alright. Ground was a lot mushier than what it could have been for these types of pegs, but they actually held in pretty decently. I mean, not that I used my shelter last night, but geese are going nuts this morning. I'm pretty close to the lake, so that's probably where they're all gathered. They're having a honking good time over there. Water's boiled, which means it's time to put on the actual noodles. One and two. Yeah, it was a lot easier to get that thing going this morning than it was last night. I'm not exaggerating when I say I spent probably 4 hours trying to get that fire going last night. Yeah, so definitely a lot of lessons learned in that regard. I brought my little stick stove for winter use. I'm probably going to switch to an alcohol fuel setup for winter. It sucks that I'm choosing to bail on this trip, but I think it's smart. I don't have confidence that I'll be able to do the remaining 22 kilometers in 2 days, because that trail, man, it is really gnarly. Ups and downs and ice and all kinds of fun stuff you have to hike over. So it's not like this was a terrible trip. At the very least, I hiked 8K into the backcountry, had an overnighter. It's a pretty solid experience. So my Gucci way of making coffee out in the backcountry, it's essentially a cafe mocha. 1 part helping, the cheapest instant coffee you can find. 1 part hot chocolate. Give it a little stir, because there's a lot of powder in there. Apparently spill half of it all over the ground. All right, first sip of coffee of the day. Oh, that's much needed. All right, coffee's done, all fed. Got lots of water. Got all the snacks in my tack snack pack. Let's clean this place up, get all my stuff packed, and let's blow this pop stand. Thank you, fire. You've been good to me. Okay, and well, that's it. All my stuff all packed up, which means we say goodbye here. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it didn't turn out to be the full 30-kilometer backpacking trip that I was originally aiming for. If for whatever reason you're new to the channel, I like to combine traditional outdoors experiences with fun futuristic tech. Check out my other videos and consider subscribing if that's your thing. All right, that's it for me, guys. I will see you in the next video. I'm back at my car, as you can clearly see. Oh, my legs are jelly. I pushed myself way past my limits.